Hey, I just wanted to show off my newest saber. This guy has been a long-term project for me. I got this 2 years ago. It's a Ultrasabers Dominix V4. That's what I originally started as. I got the inspiration from Phil Ginnis. He actually had one and he went and chopped off the top and did some lathe work. So I asked him if he would mind if I did similar things or not, and he gave me the okay, the go ahead. So here's my saber. Kind of go through a few things that I did. So first off, I did end up cutting off the head. This was a lot longer, but I ended up cutting off the top. I didn't like, that wasn't the look I was going for. And then I ended up drilling some holes through here. You can see this a little bit better, but I drilled some holes along this rim here. I also drilled and filed all these cutouts here. So it's like a windowed emitter. This also was like a taper, and I didn't like how Ultrasabers made it with a taper and then a straight edge, so I kind of matched both sides. I also kind of took off a little bit here because it was quite thick, so took off some of this to make it a little bit thinner, so when I added the clamp card control box, it's still a little bit smaller. I also made this a 90-degree cut so that I didn't have, so I can mirror the other side. And then I ended up leaving this because I knew I was going to do a leather wrap. So I decided that I was going to gradually go into the leather wrap. But underneath the leather wrap, I also shaved this down so it's a smaller outer diameter so that when I have the leather wrap, it's not huge. I also got a pommel from the custom saber shop, and then I also knocked down these bump outs so that they're not overly large, so they kind of go with the saber. But yeah, so this whole pommel is from the custom saber shop. Leather wrap from Defcon Bird. Nice. I like the red. Feels good. Control box I got from Wicked Sin Sabers. It's pretty nice. He also did the I don't even know what this is called. It's like computer board thing. He cut it into a clamp card, so that worked out really well. It is a 2-button setup. There's 2 buttons under there. What else? I made this shroud. I kind of put like a gash through it as if it's a cutout. It does have a little bit of shine through from the back of these windowed emitters. I'll show you that in a second. And then lastly, I made a huge gash through here. And you can kind of see I have like a mesh right there so it doesn't go all the way through, so you don't see all the way through. It's actually, yeah, so that's pretty nice. So these are all my upgrades or modifications, weathering, whatever you want to call it on the outside. I kind of like the look now. I'm not sure if I'll go back and do some more, but I kind of did it in stages, so it is kind of what it looks like now. Again, I'm not sure if I want to rough this part up and make it more weathered, make this middle part more weathered, make this more weathered. I don't know if I want to leave this shiny or do I want it a little grimy. But we'll see. For now, I'm okay with it. Before I fire it up, we'll do the internals. This chassis was made by Stephen Powell from Powell's Power Ups. It's pretty nice. I was able to send this over and he designed this chassis for me. It's removable. Can't really see. But inside there's a 14-pin Smugglers Outpost PCB there. But here's the chassis. It's a removable battery. Very clean. Darkside Smugglers Outpost 28mm speaker. Yeah, it's really nice. Very clean. I was given these covers, so you can not really see the wires underneath. That makes it really nice looking. And this is a Golden Harvest V4 soundboard. Everything can be done from this SD card, so it's actually really easy to access. So that's really nice. And again, like I said, it's a removable battery setup. Super easy to take in and out. Very easy install actually, and super clean. So that's that. Yeah, so it's a 2-button setup. It doesn't matter which way it goes in, any way works. And then the pommel tightens it down. One thing that I did is I added a crystal chamber. So through the mesh you couldn't really see it, but now that it's pulsating and lighting up, you can see through. Looks pretty nice. So I'll go ahead and fire it up. I have in the Golden Harvest, the nice thing is the crystal I can wire in line with the blade. And then I can also control it through the config to have the crystal do something different when it's off. So here I turned it off, but the crystal is still pulsating. They have, I think, 8 different profiles or settings, I guess. And this one's one of them where it kind of turns on and off, pulses, glows, flickers, kind of all sporadically. So that one's pretty nice. There's a few other ones. I have it on a 30-second timer, so after 30 seconds it should turn off. But yeah. So here's the shine through that I was talking about. I guess it doesn't really glow off of the shroud that much, but kind of a little bit, you can see it. But here's the little cutouts. Kind of cool looking, kind of like the panels. But anyway. This is actually not doing much other than holding the shroud on it, but this is my blade retention. So I'll swap out the blade plug and put in my test blade. Actually, it's not even my test blade. Well, it is now. Funny story. This is Jeremy's from Solo Sabers. He set this with my saber because I needed something 7/8 to push the chassis out, and so he sent me his test saber. I still feel bad about every demo video he does now because he's always like, oh, I don't have a sanded 7/8 inch blade, because he gave it to me. But anyway, now I use it, little demo blade. But so it's turned off again. Like I said, 30 seconds turns it off. So push power to wake it up. This is Ronin from the Duel by Kyberphonic. The other thing I did with this crystal chamber is it has one pixel down here at the bottom. That's the one I set independently. That can, not independently, but the first pixel, so that it can actually light up the crystal when the saber is off. And then secondly, I have another pixel up top, and that pixel is actually in parallel with the blade, so it actually just does what the blade's doing. We'll go through a few other profiles just so you can take a look.
Sound menu. Induction.
This is Induction by KSith. This is going to be a bluish blade, so I decided to have that color crystal. So here's another setting. This one's more just a flicker. Looks nice. And then when I fire it on, it's going to match the blade. So again, you can see that pixel up top is on, mirroring the blade. The bottom one is actually mirroring the blade also. But when I turn it off, the top one will turn off. Because again, it's in parallel with the blade.
Sound menu.
So I have a lot of fonts that are non-canon. This is kind of my personal saber, and this is what I would carry. This is kind of, I mean, I made this, so installed it, so this is kind of mine. And so I wanted no character inspired fonts. I know the Ronin one is, but similar idea that he could be bad, could be good. We don't really know. But it's unlightstable. Different color blue blade.
Sound menu. The white.
White here, I have a solid white crystal, just stays on, doesn't pulse, doesn't do anything. Thought that was kind of cool. It shows up really well. I like it. Yeah.
Volume control activated.
So this does get pretty loud, but for this video I'm not making it super loud.
Volume adjusted.
Sound
menu.
I got fire, flame blade.
Sound
Desolation.
KSith's Desolation.
Sound menu.
Just a simple wander.
Oh, I missed it.
Desolation.
Just a simple wander.
Induction.
Just a simple Havoc.
And Havoc is KSith's other font, but this one sounds pretty cool. There's the crystal. And I have it, as you've seen, I've used twist off a lot, but the power works also. But yeah, so this is my newest saber. Like I said, I put a bunch of fonts that are non-character specific fonts. But yeah, just wanted to share what I had, and thank you to all those people that helped me out. From wiring to recommendations to inspirations to parts. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.